Hello, it's me, Daryl, Florida Catholic guy. Wanted to do a quick video. She got the doctor's permission to take her cone off and resume normal activity today, so she's happy, I'm happy, we're all happy. So she's been out for a couple of walks today, and she even met another dog and played with him for a while. I was at the one of the dog parks up here, and usually I'll only go there if there's nobody there and let her, run around, do what she wants. But she was there for a while. Someone else came, and I was gonna get ready to leave, and she says, "You wanna have our dogs meet each other?" And I says, "Well," she hasn't really met any other dogs, and I don't know how she'll act. And she says, "Well, we'll keep them on the leash for now and see how they do." And I said, "All right." And seemed to do all right. And then we let them off the leash, and the young lady's dog that was there had a issue that he humps a lot, so on other dogs, and of course my dog didn't like that, so they played for about 5 minutes until the other dog started humping a lot. And she says, "Well, we did 5 minutes today. Next time we see each other, we can do 10. And so yeah, if we see each other, it's a plan. Probably is good for both of us. Both got to interact with other dogs, so that was good. The reason I was making this video is because I hinted toward it last night. Well, actually, I didn't post the video until today, so it was in the earlier video today that Trump was kind of backing off the idea of sending the tomahawks to Ukraine. I guess now it's pretty much a sure thing that he's not gonna. He says right now he's not gonna send the tomahawks to Ukraine. He's gonna see how the talks with Putin goes. And I was on another YouTube channel that unfortunately I'm banned from. If you watch me, you know who it is. Yeah, and White Prepper, I'm talking about you. I still watch his channel. I mean, I'll give him credit. He has good news sources and does good with the news. But now she's going after a moth. Yeah, you're not going to catch that. They fly. You don't. But he likes to panic everybody a lot of times, and spread fear and panic, and I mean that's how he gets his clicks and views. But I mean, other than when he starts, with his panicking everybody, he's pretty solid. I'll say that his news is pretty solid, so I listen to it. But sometimes he he used to get 5, 6, 7,000 or more people in his stream, and now on a good night he'll get 1,000 or 2,000. And I mean, I'll give him credit because a lot of people will give him money and stuff, or either through YouTube or his PayPal, which he makes enough to where he doesn't have to work. Well, I guess this is his job. But he's been complaining that YouTube's been shadow banning him, and I don't think YouTube's shadow banning him. I think he's just banned so many people that, if you even have a little bit of a disagreement with him, he'll just ban you or his moderator. I don't know who's worse, him or his moderators, because, his moderator banned me when I was just said that I trust Trump, and he banned me for that. So, whatever, I mean, now the only people, well, not the only people, I mean, he still has people there that support Trump, but he's got a lot of people with TDS and, a lot of yes men. I mean, he's 100%, right behind Ukraine. He hates Russia, he hates Putin, which I get because he is Polish, and the Polish have a lot of history with the Russians, not good history. But, one of the people on his channel just a few minutes ago, I guess part of the peace plan, was that doing her zoomies. Part of the peace plan is that Russia's going to get Donetsk region, which they pretty much already own anyway. And one of the people in his chat said, I guess the EU leaders are saying that, no, that's, not going to work because, that's, they're not going to give up their land. That's Ukraine land, and, they're not going to give up Donetsk for the sake of peace. And that's like asking the Ukrainians to, sell their legs or something for peace. And somebody in the chat said, well, they shouldn't have to give up their land. That's Ukraine land, and why should they have to give it up to Putin for peace? And, well, the reason is because Russia's going to win the war one way or the other. So they can either give up the land for peace, or Putin's going to eventually take all of Ukraine. So that's the choice that Ukraine has is, you give up a little bit of Ukraine, or you give up all of Ukraine. Russia might be generous and maybe give a piece of Kiev to Ukraine, but that's even doubtful. She's got these grass things, I guess they're roots or something. She's tearing up my yard, and she puts them in her mouth like a relay disc and runs with them, and eventually she eats them. I don't know about you, princess. You're ripping up my yard. But, that's what happens when you lose a war. You give up land. I mean, you can debate all you want about whether it was a just war or if Russia had to do it or they didn't have to do it. But the fact is that Russia did it, and they're winning, and they're going to win. And you can either, have a peace negotiation and give up, a little bit of Ukraine. I mean, they already got Crimea, and, they can give up Donetsk region, or they eventually, they can keep going and get millions more Ukrainians killed and, not have any of Ukraine left, and, but, that's what happens when you lose a war, and, the only other option is for, if the Europeans want to go to war with Russia, and go directly into the conflict, and then Putin will just nuke all of Europe. And from what I hear, the way that Putin got Trump to not give the tomahawks to Ukraine was on that phone call. Or actually, no, it wasn't a phone call. It wasn't on the phone call. It was one of Putin's spokespeople on TV last night, said that if Trump gives tomahawks to Ukraine, then Russia's going to launch Oreshniks from Cuba and hit Mar-a-Lago. So now, would Russia do that? I don't know. They might. I mean, Oreshniks can either be nuclear or non-nuclear. So, I mean, Putin might feel that if he launches an Oreshnik at Mar-a-Lago, hopefully it would happen when Trump's not there. Otherwise, if he launched something when Trump was there, that would, we'd have to nuke Russia in return. But if he launched a conventional strike on Mar-a-Lago when Trump wasn't there, we might retaliate, but it might not immediately go nuclear. But then again, if any of his family is there, you got Secret Service. Even when he's not there, he's got Secret Service there and people. So it would be a calculated risk by Putin because, even a conventional strike on Mar-a-Lago could make Trump mad enough to launch nukes at Moscow. And even if he doesn't, there would be some sort of retaliation. We might, either the U.S. itself, or we'd tell Ukraine to hit the Kremlin. And, either us or Ukraine hits the Kremlin, then Russia launches a nuke at us, or Russia launches a nuke at Ukraine, and then, eventually it's going to go nuclear. So it's best to avoid any scenario like that where, either the U.S. attacks Russia directly or Russia attacks us directly. And I don't believe Russia will attack us directly unless we attack them, whether it be directly or through the use of the tomahawks. Because as I mentioned in the last video, the tomahawks, in order for Ukraine to use them, they would have to be, it would have to be U.S. personnel that use them. So I think I heard it would take something like 6 months, 6 to 8 months for Ukraine to be trained to use the tomahawks. And even then, we're not going to give Ukraine access to we're not going to give Ukraine access to our intelligence and classified, stuff. This thing here, I mean, she's making me laugh. She was just on her back, eating grass and rolling around and stuff. And I don't know if it's because she's been cooped up with the cone and everything all the last week and a half. But come on, Princess, stop eating that. It's not good. He says, I think it's good, Daddy. But anyway, that's pretty much what I wanted to say. It looks like we dodged a bullet for now. I mean, you know, who knows what's going to happen with Europe, because, you know, Europe's not happy. And personally, I think Europe wants to fight a war against Russia, and I think Europe wants to draw us in. And I don't think Trump is going to let that happen. That's why he backed down from sending the tomahawks. So hopefully we'll buy ourselves some time, you know. I'd like to see peace happen. You know, if anybody can do it, Trump can. Also, Israel and Iran are heating up, and honestly, I don't think Trump is too happy with Israel, but he's going to do what Israel wants. Israel wants to go after Iran now that they've stopped fighting in Gaza. So that's another thing that'll heat up next. And Trump's already made a point that, which is true, it is happening, that Hamas is killing innocent Gazan civilians, just going on the street and just wiping them out. And Trump posted a few minutes ago that they got intelligence that Hamas is going to make a... Hamas is going to...
We're going to be going out of service for EOS. Have a good night.
Do a massive attack on innocent civilians and do a mass killing of innocent civilians in Gaza. And Trump said if they do that, that's a violation of the ceasefire, and we would respond accordingly. So I don't think that peace deal is going to last in Gaza. You know, and I think we're also going to go back at it with Iran. And by us, I mean Israel, and if Israel goes at it, we'll get involved anyway. That's probably why Trump wants to tone down the rhetoric and war with Russia, so he can focus on, you know, going back to war with Iran and Gaza.
Are we still needed on this call? Let's see if we listen, bro.
So anyway, we'll see how things play out, and I'll see you in the next one. Have a good evening. God bless you. Thanks for watching, and bye.